Peace, guys. I am here with the movie review, and it's going to be kind of a short review because I watched it last night, I let it digest, and I almost totally forgot everything that happened in the film. So, we are going to talk about DeepStar 6. It's a movie that came out in the 80s, and it had a $8 million budget and somehow bombed. So, I'm gonna talk about the positives first, and then talk about the negatives. First off, the acting was amazing. Like the acting was so phenomenal. It was really good acting. I'm gonna say that the actors in that film were just phenomenal. I've watched so many terrible horror movies lately that the acting is just absolutely impossible to watch. And I'm talking to you, Demon Wind. And the acting was refreshing to see some good acting. I haven't seen good acting since like Annihilation, which is a great film. I don't know if it has anything to do based on the book, which I found out there's a book, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna want to read the book eventually. So, but DeepStar 6. The acting was great. There was some good effects at times. And the story, well, it was okay. Here are the negatives. First of all, the story was just okay. It was boring at times. Just the repetitiveness, and there's not much you can do with basically it's an underwater facility, and they're trying to set up missiles down in the water. Well, except for this one marine biologist who wants to discover new creatures, who's really pretty, by the way. There's just too much to, like, it's just boring. Maybe it's because there's too many characters, I don't know, but it just became repetitive and boring. The monster you hardly ever see until the very end, which is fine, but I would have liked a little bit more of the monster, like to see its enormous girth, because supposedly this thing is big and it moves fast. So, and when you see it, it doesn't look that big. So, I don't know. It didn't move fast at all either when you saw it. Well, it did kinda, I guess. But there was one great scene, and that is when one of my favorite actors in the film, or characters in the film, hops into this like scuba suit, and he gets told to go fix something in the underwater. So he goes underwater, and all is fine and dandy until he starts screaming to bring him back to the surface. So he's freaking out in the suit. His head's going to and fro. He's just not to and fro, but he's sporadic. And they're bringing him out, and he's almost out, almost safe, and the monster comes and chomps him in half. That was such a brutal scene, and I like that, but I wish there was more of that in the film. There was one other scene where this idiot, shoots himself into back to the surface without understanding how pressurizing works, and basically he gets pressured to death. Like he gets blood bursting out of him, and he pukes up blood, and it was a fantastic scene. But again, I wish there was more of that in the film. There's only 2 really good death scenes. The rest of them were like vague, and you didn't actually see them die, but they died. There was one lady who did die. Her death was lame. But there was a few lame deaths. There was one funny death, which was just no need in the death, but it happened anyways, and it was hilarious. But yeah, DeepStar 6, guys. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and give it 3 stars because it had a high budget and the acting was phenomenal, and some of the effects were good. The effects when they were there were good, I should say that, because like most of the time there was nothing really to be taken in. But yeah, it was a good film, and I think it deserved better reviews than what it got. I personally think it was an okay film. Again, I only think it's an okay film. Take that as how you may. Or whatever. Yeah. This has been a review for DeepStar 6. A very short review because I barely remember anything about it. I didn't even tell you guys what it's about. Huh. Well, you get it, the gist of it. They're in an underwater. I kind of told you what it's about. So, I'm gonna leave it with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the short review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope you have a spooky night. And I'll catch you in the next vid. Deuces.
Now I am become death, the destroyer